So I'm going to put that on recording. Recording started. And today I'm going to talk about cryptocurrencies and how you can use Tickeron to trade cryptocurrencies. Okay. My name is Sergey Savastyuk. I have a PhD in applied mathematics. And Tickeron is a SEC registered company which provides really good advice to the self-directed investors. Okay. So why you're here? Because you are interested in the algorithms, right? A lot of trades made by algorithms and by AI, and that's where we are helping people to do that, okay? So what I'm gonna cover today is basics of a trading plan, what are the odds of success, about the trend group analysis, and then I'm going to talk about the trade signals, industry reports, AI screener, and pattern search engine, and everything is going to be about cryptocurrencies, okay? So first of all, trading plan. It's a kind of a set of mind where you think what's going to happen, and you have to check that thinking with the back testing, okay? So this is a trend continued. It's up to this point and then goes up. Then some people like to trade on a dip. This is a trading on a breakout. I will show you where it works with the patterns or like support resistance lines. This is a trend reversal, most difficult point to find. That's where people lose most of the money because typically it goes that way or this way, okay? Or people trading short are also crossing the breakout points. This is a opposite trend reversal, and that's where people lose the most of the money, okay? Now let me show you what are the odds of success in our terminology, and you're going to find that in all our articles and publications, okay? So this is the trading on the dip, like kind of a pattern, and then you go back, and in our case, we have millions of calculations, I would say billions of calculations made for each stock. We go back and do the back testing overnight, and then we find, okay, success, success, failure, success, 3 out of 4, 75% sort of success. So we do the back testing, and if we show any trade ideas, then they're pre-back tested. We don't show any signals if they are not back tested, okay? So we do not do the long-term trading. We do the short-term trading like here in half pipe sports, winter sport. As you can see, kind of jump up, down, and when it has enough inertia, this is a trend, that's where we trade, okay? And I'm also going to talk about the patterns. Patterns exist everywhere. This is medical patterns. People, doctors read this and then conclude you have, let's say, arrhythmia, okay? Or they read this and atrial fibrillation, okay? So when we read the patterns, so we also kind of find the way, let's say it's like reversed head and shoulders. This is a classical head and shoulder, right? Up, down, up, down. And when it crosses this point, we call it a breakout point, okay? And that's how we identify the patterns. As you can see, this is the head and shoulders. This is the head and shoulders, you see, and this is the head and shoulders too on a different time frames. And what we do is we find all kinds of patterns I'm going to be talking about, okay? So now let's look at the Tickeron website. And as you can see, this moment, this is a stocks, right? So in order to set up a website, the entire website actually for the cryptocurrencies, you go here, cryptos, unclick everything else, okay? And now what you have is all free signals which we generate are here, okay? So we support about the 100 cryptocurrencies and calculate the trends for them, and then finding the opportunities, and then comment on them. Okay, so for instance, you see this AST, you click here, what we have, look, we have 28 similar cases. What it is? It is similar like here, you see, it is 28 instead of 4, it's going to be 28. And then 22 of them continue to go down, right? So the 79% odds of downtrend were calculated overnight, and then we presented that data for this cryptocurrency, okay? Now let's look at this one. This one is showing up, right? Arun signal. Okay, you might say you don't know anything about Arun. You click here and then read about Arun indicator. Okay, so we're not only giving the signals, but we really helping people to learn about all kinds of indicators. So what was here, let's say RSI. It's a relative strength index. If you don't know anything, just click right here and then learn more. Okay. Let's look here, okay. 6 months average. So there is other different types of signals. Here is more, okay. So as you can see, we generate this type of signals, and then what you can do is to click here, write on the name of the article, and then as a result, what you're going to see is the full technical analysis on this cryptocurrency, okay? So this is articles with all the commentaries, okay? And then let's assume you want to find out even more about this one. Then you go and you see this is a small window where you can click, and then you see that one. You go one more click, and that way you're going to get to the page. You see, this is the most informative page we have for each ticker on, right? For each ticker for stocks, ETF, mutual funds, Forex, and cryptocurrencies. But as you can see, it's all cryptocurrency. As you can see, it is showing sell, okay? So you can click here and then see why, and then read that full analysis, all signals, okay? Then you can do and see what the community thinks, okay? So let's assume I also kind of agree that it's going to be bearish, medium confidence, and that way you can see what the community thinks about this cryptocurrency, okay? Here are some related to this crypto, other cryptos, which means that when the people click on AST, then they're also looking for this type of stuff, okay? So what is interesting in this window, we have abilities. It's actually a new feature I'm gonna talk about, a new feature to customize, okay? So for instance, let's assume you want to learn, kind of have that on the top. You see, click here, and let's assume click here. You see, now I have this style on the very first kind of glance, on the very first half of the page, because with these things I can move it up and down, okay? So for instance, if you want to move, oh yeah, that one cannot go up. Yeah, there's not that much of interest. So if you interested to move it, then find these arrows and you're going to be able to move, okay? So here you can see this is a dynamics of the, yeah, it's a really downtrend for this crypto, and it keeps going down, and we sell, okay? Even though there was a small bump up today, okay? Let's go back to the original page, and from this point, I will show you that here you can check, let's say, BTC, okay? All our cryptos with the .x, that's the convention to separate them from stocks. If you click here, then you're going to be able also read pretty much everything about the BTC right here. It's about 11,500 at this moment. And you see it there next week. What does it say about the BTC? It's hold. Next month, what are the prediction? Also hold, okay? Look how we check it. We examine 34 monthly predictions, and that means it's most likely gonna stay in this interval. What was that interval? It's very volatile, obviously, so it's gonna stay between 14 plus minus 14% for a month, and for a week plus minus 7%. That's a kind of very volatile, and that's where the corridor is very wide. For stocks, it's much wider. Okay, and here again, you can see. You can check, so it's still buy, but AI says it's not gonna move high, okay? So let me jump right here to trading, and let's see if there are any patterns for the pattern search engine, okay? So I talk about the patterns. Let's see if the PTC has any direction to the way it works. This is a pattern search engine. This is an instant pattern search. Okay, you type here BTC X and then click here. And then, yeah, okay. You see on October 9, there was a pattern confirmed for BTC. And let's look what is their prediction. Yeah, it is, you see, in the corridor plus minus 7, but there is a small bump up as expected with the confidence level 45% because there was a triangular symmetrical top bullish pattern was discovered. Okay, so we'll go here. You see AI finds the pattern and predicts it's going to go up. And you see there was a breakout point. Okay, and it's going to go here. So let me talk then, since I'm here on a pattern search engine, what are the pattern search engine is? So what we do here in this premium product, I showed you here 3 signals, right? And then, yeah, you can look at them, but that's where AI is applied only for the backtesting, okay? If you really want to discover something unique, then the pattern search engine is one of the capabilities which take quite a sophisticated approach, and then finds about these 37 different patterns, the bullish and the bearish, okay? So let's explore one or two of them. Let's see. You see triangular bottom, cap and handle. I like cap and handle. Let's click on this one. So as you can see, this is the like a cup, right? And this is a small handle. Okay. Some people start trading right here. We call this point as a point when the pattern is emerged and start kind of moving up. But when it gets to this line, it's a breakout line. We call it the confirmed pattern. And as soon as our AI finds that type of shape, that's where we describe why it's happening. Because when it tested 1, 2, 3 times the same level, and this point 4 is greater than 2, then when it breaks it, there is anticipation that it's going to go up. A lot of people looking for this type of patterns. So what we do, we calculate that distance or potential profit for this bullish pattern, and then we make predictions, okay? So let's look at the stocks, ETFs, and cryptos, okay? I click here. And as you can see, if this is a confirmed pattern, here is a statistic, like historical results. And this is based on these trades which were recorded. So as you can see, let's make it more like 10% distance to target, okay? With the confidence level 60%, if you want to make 10%, 71% of the patterns reach the target price, okay? That's a pretty good prediction rate. So let's assume I'm going to increase the confidence level, then it is 76. But if I try to trade only 8, it's also 76. But the number of patterns drop significantly, as you can see. So you see it's half of the patterns, okay? So these are the historical results for this particular shape, okay? So let's assume we're gonna go to other shape, let's say head and shoulder bottom, okay? So let's click here. And it says the same kind of a technique where it tests 1 point, 2 point, let's 2, 4, and this one is a breakout, then goes up, and we calculate this profit, potential profit. You can read more in the studies, and these are historical results. Let's look at the cryptocurrencies, okay? And then you see 79% reach the target price if you want to make 5%. 70, okay, 83% of the patterns get there, okay? So that's quite a good thing. And so now, how to use that? First thing I showed you. Let's assume you want to find something for Ethereum, okay? Ethereum X, okay? And you click here, and you find that even since September is kind of bearish, okay? So every time you type here anything, you can find more patterns. Now let's talk about the advanced search, okay? So what you do, you click here and unclick everything else. Now, it's a minimum confidence level. So is there a time frame for price to reach the target? Yeah, it's a good question, okay? So I'll show you for this type of patterns. Please note, these are the end of day, okay? So let's do like that. I will click on this one and let's explore. So it's only confirmed. You see it's a 60%. Let me increase. Okay, now I have more patterns, okay, for exploration. Okay, let's take this head and shoulders. I will talk about the time frame. So let's look, okay. So the time frame is follows. As you can see, this one October 2nd, and the breakout this one October 12th, okay. So rule of thumbs is as follows. We're looking for these patterns in different windows, okay. The windows are determined by the number of days, okay. So then when you are looking for this pattern, you have to look at this window and then anticipate that the target price should be reached approximately for the same period of time. And as soon as that window is longer than these 10 days, then it's better forget it. Okay, and that's, in fact, this pattern is going to expire. So that window is somewhat the same distance when it started. Imagine like a spring, right? So when you kind of stretch the spring there and it jump not really higher than you stretch the spring or the rubber, right? So the same thing is here. What are the patterns? This is a type of a price action exploration. And then what happens if you imagine that there is some price actions, and then what is the distance and what amount of time it's going to be here? Approximately the same amount of time it's being created. Okay, so that means within 10 days it should be either we are in or we are out. Okay, this is a really good pattern. You see confidence level good, and then how much you can make here. Distance to target 7%. Okay, there was another question. I like questions. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I explained that. So, and then you always have to look at that distance, and they are all different. They're not the same because I showed you here, right? So it's still head and shoulders, right? But that one is also head and shoulder, okay? And as you can see, this one in terms of a time is shorter than this one, right? So you see that amount of time is longer than here, okay? But typically, that what happens. Okay, let me go back. Okay, now, so let's focus on what I did in terms of setting up. Okay, so yeah, you see it was for stocks. Please make sure you make these setups well. And in fact, you can try for 14 days for free. And you see, it was not 0, it was 10. So it within 10 and whatever number, now I have more patterns. And I can increase my confidence level to find better patterns, right? And they are, and that's what is being found by AI and back tested at the same time. Okay, so you can sort by different either ranks, kind of stars, which rank is taking into account everything. Let me show what it does. Let's go here. That's one of the patterns, and as you can see, it has that type of statistics. Okay, you see, interesting. For this EM cryptocurrency, it's been 5 times recognized, and all of them worked out 100%. It's not a lot of statistic, but it is statistic. and what the rank does, it is actually looking at the statistic, looking at the confidence pretty high actually, and then make a 17%. Yeah, it's just kind of what are the volumes? Capitalization 5 million, not a big deal, but it's still math, right? That's the way it works. Now, when you manage to kind of understand how this search criteria works, then what you do, you go to the daily alerts, okay? And now you alert settings, you go here. First of all, you obviously set up your notifications, okay? Push notification and email notifications, and then go here. You also click on this one, on only cryptos. You make it here, bullish, bearish, okay? And then now, if you press button start, you're going to start receiving alerts based on these settings. So for instance, you're going to get only alerts for this type of settings, only on crypto, only 60%. If you want to make it, let's say 65, you're going to get only 65 alerts, okay? If you want to get only bullish, you click here, and then again press start, you're going to get only bullish patterns and nothing else. You see, this is these are the there was a setup for all kinds of things, and now if I start, I'm going to start receiving only this one. Okay, then I hide, and then that way you're going to get alerts. Okay, what you can do the bookmark, right? If you want to follow up and see what's going on, you do that, and you're going to follow up in this bookmark. And then if you want to study all the patterns and all the statistics. You click, explore, and try it, okay? Now, when we tested that engine for the end of the day, right, we did that testing for stock, ETF, Forex, and crypto, no mutual funds. Then we said, okay, people might be interested to trade either intraday or like swing trading in a few days, because that's the end of the day data. So what we did, we created another tool, and this one, Realtime Patterns for cryptos, okay? Now you don't have everything. You now have only cryptos for like swing trading, okay? It is set up a little bit different because now it is a feed. Similar to like a first page. You see, this is a feed. When we get the new signal, we publish it here. The same thing is here, but intraday, okay? So in order to, you can read about that, how it works, okay? And then customize it, okay? So you go here. So you see, 4-hour time frame, okay? So what is the 4-hour, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes time frame? I hope you know that. As you can see, there are points, okay? And it says time frame 4 hours. What it means 4 hours? It means every point on this chart is 4 hours. Okay, so let's think that a little bit. So if you click here, you see every point, this point, this point, it is the length of the 4 hours, and that means it takes a few days to form this type of patterns. So it is not end of day pattern. End of day in our case, I think it is like a midnight or whatever the exchanges give us, okay? But then we take intraday and look inside, okay? This is a 4-hour time frame. You can, if you want to trade more frequently, right? So you go here, and then let's say 30 minutes, okay? Confidence 50%, and then you can, you see all of them, and all bearish and bullish. You can, let's say you are not interested in the bearish, you're not trading bearish, you save, okay? And now you're gonna have, you see only green stuff. You see, this is a feed which was produced for these cryptocurrencies. Time frame 30 minutes, you see I added and I immediately got the pattern. Now let's look how the data is formed. You see confidence, it's confirmed, right? So you know what it means, confirmed. Let's look at here, you see. Now, confirm 72% confidence level. It's not bad. It says that distance to target, you see, very small. It's only a fraction of the 1%. You might not, you might skip it, right? And then the timing is here in UTC, and you see this is also small target price. Is there customization for the target price? Yes. So you see, if I increase the target price, let's say I need minimum 4% to make safe, okay? No patterns, okay, not 4%, that's too high for this time. So let's say 1% at least, okay? Because it's almost day trading. You see, now it is 2% for this pattern, okay? So there's another question. Could you please advise the best confidence level to get to the optimal results from a trade? You know, it really depends on the currency. I don't know which one you're going to trade. So what you do here is to look at the statistic, okay? So this one is 50%, and you look, okay, what is the statistic for 40% confidence level? Quite often, there is no universal thing, guys. There is nothing universal in investing or trading, okay? There is not a magic number. It's always a relative number. If we take this one, then let's say 50%, okay? You see the confidence for this pattern you see, it's not that good, right? So what it means this pattern, broadening bottom, right, is not that good for the XMR, right? So instead of looking only at this number, you have to recheck your statistic, okay? That's when you can do settings for yourself, okay? But you will say, wow, that's a lot of work. What we did, we created one more tool for you guys, and we're going to be keep releasing more of these things. We created AI robots where you do not need to even check these numbers because the computer is checking for you, okay? Let me show you now the okay, yeah. So you see, these are the assets. We don't have right now too many crypto patterns. Oh, I'm sorry, crypto robots. Okay, but what are the robots? Robots are the machines which are taking these instructions which I'm giving to you, and then we program them, and then these robots are trading according to these instructions. They're looking at statistics, they're looking at confidence, they're comparing the confidence, they're doing everything I'm saying, right? And most of this for stocks, and we have, I think, one for crypto and a couple of for Forex, but we're going to have more for crypto, okay? Let's look for crypto, this particular robot, okay? So this is a description of the robot, and as you can see, it is really describing what exactly is going on here, okay? So let's look at this thing, oops. Just to make sure, you see, this is called real-time patterns, right? Which is the RTP, okay? So as you see, RTP for cryptos, right? That's what we looked just a minute ago, right? So as you can see yeah, you see what we're writing. AI robot generates crypto pairs based on the real-time patterns, okay? Then we incorporated into these algorithms a little bit more, some moving average indicator and some other stuff, right? We took only 10 crypto pairs, okay? We set up time frame for 15 minutes and the confidence 48, okay? So when you're asking, is there a kind of magic number? But then our mathematicians look, and it looks like 48 is not a bad number, right? For this particular set of 10 cryptocurrencies, okay? So you can read about this, and the same thing, okay, this is a description, okay? So what you can do, you can always come for free and then see what are the trades were made, and you can look at the all the statistics which exist, okay? So this is a profit line, and within about 200 days of testing, it made like 35,000. It is obviously ups and downs, okay? But then you can come and then see how it traded, okay? Well, you can look and explore that and see, okay, so average duration about 5 hours. So that's approximately, the annualized return is 93%. But actually some of the people, when they look at these trades, they're making a little bit their own conclusions, then they do better than 100%, okay? So long positions won. You see 64% we were right, and the short positions were 54% right, okay? Maximum open, 14 positions, okay? So that means as soon as we open a position, then the maximum collected was 14. So you explore that statistic, okay? And then if you like it, then you get access to these robots and then follow the open trades, okay? You see some of them positive, some of them negative. You see Dash, LTC, known from you. And then you can customize it. So you click here. and you can, let's say, you don't wanna trade this one, okay? So you click here and now apply, then this is not gonna be presented to you as the trade idea, okay? And it's customizable, it's gonna be for you. Let's assume you wanna trade only BTC. Then unclick all of them and you're gonna get signals only on BTC and Ethereum, okay? There's gonna be nothing left here, okay? So, you see, this is a test for the robots where they take into account all my instructions, okay? And then in order to follow that, you see what happens when the robot is going to close this position, then it's going to be gone from this list of open trades. What you have to do is to, let me do it like that. So I'm going to take this dash and I'm going to open, click. You see now it went to my paper trade, okay? Let me tell you a brief story about the paper trades. Paper trades is like a real trading, except you don't lose the money because we record your trades, but there is no money involved. Okay, when you click here, it's gonna open for you your own paper trade. So what you see here, I've been trading 200 days. I'm not like a frequent trader. As you can see, look at my statistic. Okay, 5 days average duration. I trade mostly stocks. Okay, maximum open 40. Okay, wow. Then you see average profit about $500, average loss 600. My guessing rate 86%, which is not bad, but short positions I'm not as good as the long positions. And here are my trades. As you can see, this one, it is PayPal. I'm gonna sell, okay? So what's gonna do is at the opening bell, it's gonna say, I'm gonna take that profit, okay? A market closed, but it's going to execute that Agilent file also. I'm gonna, it's a, you see, the way it works, it's always, every trade is about 10,000, okay? So it means I made almost 5%. I'm gonna sell at the opening bell. I'm kind of using this time to do my role. That's what I do really. I trade only when I demonstrate. So now, as you can see, when I did that, I see this is my record. And that's going to be a really good way for you to try to use our technology, okay? So I showed you paper trade, I showed you my paper trade, and now you see pending orders, 2 pending orders are going to be executed at the opening bell. I don't know how the price is going to open, but whatever it is, it's going to happen, okay? That's what is called on the marketplace. Cryptos don't have that. Cryptos typically executed, and I didn't trade too many cryptos, obviously. And then look, so you can switch to cryptos, and I didn't do that. Actually, it was my first trade by Dash, and as you see, because the markets are open, I already generating the profit. Okay, while we were talking with the Dash, it went up this amount of, and I made like $14. Not a big deal, but that's what happened. Okay. So I showed you what? I showed you trading, I showed you pattern search engine, I showed you robots, I showed you AI real-time patterns, RTP, okay? Then we have one more product, which is called trend prediction engine, okay? Let me show you that. Now, what it is. It looks not for the patterns. We have another neural network which is trained, and this now what it is. It is the analysis of trends. Okay, so let's look whether or not the we already saw that in the main page. BTC, you remember, was in the channel. Okay, yeah, you see where it shows. Let's add Ethereum. in the mix. Ethereum X. Don't forget to look at this X, right? Because this is also Ethereum, but that stock X shows us this one, okay? So as you can see, it didn't show up. Okay, now we have Ethereum. Today's predictions inconclusive. Yes, AI sometimes might say, I have no idea because there was nothing. But what we can do, we can look at the previous predictions. You see, it's been showing sideways for quite some times for BTC. And then what has been showing also sideways for the Ethereum. Not that much of a movement our eye is expecting, okay? Now, advanced search, very similar to the to what we have. You see now I clicked on cryptos, and then if I want to edit, then I can edit all these categories, okay? Or I can add here tickers. I can add specific tickers I want to trade, and then unclick all the categories. Price range, you see minimum confidence. And now you see it shows me the bullish, bearish. You see these are the bearish. No, the important thing is that no patterns, okay, no patterns, but just trends similar to what I was showing you here. You see, trend continued or not continued, right? And on this type, some of the continued, but on a dip, right? So before buying that on a dip, you should check what the AI thinks about a week ahead and then next month, okay? You see, some of them are positive. Look, it's fine, positive. This one can reverse, also says positive. Even that one is potentially positive. You see, this is a negative, okay? So what the AI does is getting trained by all this data and then predicts what's going to happen for them. And the same thing, you can look at the sideways, bullish, bearish, month, a week. And now when you kind of get comfortable with these settings, you again bring them to the alerts, okay? So now you're going to get alerts on the cryptos and click here. And then 65%. And let's say only bullish. I'm interested in the bullish trends and start, okay? And you see now, these are all my bullish alerts, okay? Now, these are the brief overview, the same thing about trend predictions or types. We have 6 types: bullish for the week, bullish for the month, sideways week month, bearish week a month. Okay, only 6 types, these directions, okay? Now, let's say daily alerts, okay? That's the way I was. Don't forget set up the notifications. Now, you pretty much can see this blue bar everywhere, okay? What it does the following. It moves these tickers from one module to another module, okay? Unfortunately, here is this stocks. Let's look at the cryptos. Okay, so now what I can do, I can take this blue bar and move and find the patterns for this type of, let me see what I want to do. Yeah, I want to take this one and see, are there patterns there exist? And I click here. Now, this list of about 30 tickers was transferred, and I see whether or not there was a confirmation, okay? So imagine like you can keep moving that and then see what's going on. So for instance, you can create a watch list out of this, okay? Or you can copy to the clipboard. So what is a clipboard? You click here, and then for this, I can drop in a chart, which we have, paste, and these are the list. You get to a clipboard, you can take and send to your friends, okay? Now, one more thing I've not covered, about a few, like 6:45, you can move it to the screener, okay? So you click it here and move it to the screener. You see? Now, it is a screener, and all these cryptocurrencies were moved to the screener, okay? I moved that to the screener. As you can see now, pretty much the same fundamentals, like technical analysis, okay? We apply this type of indicators, okay? And then we calculate odds of success, which I introduced to you. But typical indicators, they have deficiencies when, for instance, this indicator, which one, stochastic, right? If you don't know about stochastic, you can read, right? Was produced today, okay? What it means? It means that it's kind of, it says sell, right? But all those indicators typically contradict themselves. There is not a single indicator, guys, I advise you to rely upon, okay? So for that reason, what we do, you can even find the news about this. Let's click and see if we're gonna find that news. Should be here. So you see it's a band. It's 132 million. Signal band. Yeah, it's only in the group. Okay. Maybe it's somewhere below. But what is important that with the technical analysis, you see stochastic indicator, it says 75%. It was 9 out of 12 cases confirming going down, right? But some of them showing going up, right? So what we do in this, the following, okay? I always was interested that what is really happening, let's say, here 25 days later after the signal. This is 2 days after the signals. This is 18 days. You see, this green signal somewhat outdated a little bit, but they continually show that it is most likely going to go up. Okay, so what we do, we take that and say this is a TA score. Okay, TA score is like how many greens, how many reds. And then we say, okay, it kind of looks like going up on this type of, and then in the scorecard, we put that together and then say a conclusion, that's a buy. Okay, even though one indicator is showing down or two, but overall picture looks good, and then we say that's what it is. Okay. So now let's see how to use this screener, okay? So I'm gonna reset the filter. I'm gonna remove all of this theory. And now I see all of them here. And now I can extract, okay? So now, how many we have? We support 400 cryptocurrencies, okay? And they are all here. Based on the scores, you can press here and sort and discover some of the strong buys. You see, now what you see here, market capitalization, 2 billion, XMR, strong buy, because there are more greens than the reds, right? So what you do, you see, it's kind of a buy, even though it's overbought, but still shows buy. So in the table format, whatever I was telling you separately, and now it's one line, okay? So you can also look what the community thinks, but for that reason, you have to vote. Let's say I'm gonna kind of be low, okay, 51%, what community thinks. So these are the strong buys in the table format. Then you can say, okay, a market cap. So let's say larger, let me see, more than 10 million, okay? More than 10 million, I have 358. So I limit myself. So if I want to extract only strong buys, I have only 4. Okay. If I want to only buys, I have how many? 139 buy opportunities here, and that way you're going to be able to find all of them and see everything in the table format. Okay. This works also, as you can see, for stock, ETF, mutual funds, forex, and cryptos. Today I'm showing everything for crypto, and what you can do is to, you see it showing the element expand. As you can see, you created a cryptocurrencies field, market cap greater than that, and then let's assume volume, let's say large, let's say this one. So how many? 87. Okay. So what you can do, you can create that type of filter and then copy URL, right? First of all, you can save for yourself and then reuse it later. But you also can use that the following way. So for instance, I'm gonna go to our chat and then also paste here the filter. So when you click on this filter, you're gonna see the same screen what I see right now. If you're not subscribed, you can also use for 14 days for free and experiment with that filter, not only for cryptos, but for other things. You can watch a video if you're interested, okay? So I'm pretty much finished for today. You guys can also click here for more and look at the overall picture, what's going on with the different classes of assets. These are the major indices, inverse ETFs, commodities, bonds, international, then currencies, and the cryptocurrencies. And as you can see, the major cryptocurrencies showing a good progress for today. And soon, what we're going to do for these screens, we're going to make sure that there is a really dedicated screen to cryptocurrency. We're going to release more robots for cryptocurrencies. And then ultimately, you're going to be able to once click on crypto, and then it's going to go to crypto pre-settings everywhere. Okay. So I answered some of the questions. You guys can ask me right now anything you want. If not, then I'm going to close this webcast. Okay. I hope you enjoy this presentation, and then experiment, and then try to use paper trades as much as possible before you do the real trading. And then that allows you to get used to our system. You will learn how to use it. And then if it works for you, then you're going to be able to use it with real money for any classes, asset classes you want. Okay. Any questions? The last call? No? Oh, yes, one more. Okay, let's see what is there. Can this be used for penny stock? Yes, actually, I just did a webcast and it's gonna kind of delayed. You go here, you go to the webcast, and then wait maybe one day, and there was a little bit delay in production. You see, next one is going to be swing trading with AI. Then you see penny stocks, okay? So what you have to do, wait for this button, view webcast recording. It should show up soon, and you're going to be able to watch it for penny stocks, okay? Yes, all these technologies are applicable specifically for penny stock. And then the way you do it is the similar way, okay? So if you remember where I started, I set up these free trade signals for cryptocurrency. You go here, and then instead of crypto, you put here penny stock and unclick crypto. You can do both. Actually, if you keep both, you're going to keep receiving free trade signals for penny stocks and cryptos. But for the sake of a demonstration, I am unclicking, okay? And then now all now being generated for the penny stock. Okay, you see price on core side is $1.75, and then if you really want to learn about more, click here. Now you read and get to this page about this stock, and as you can see, it's $100 capitalization, but call it still penny because the price is low. 11 cents, it dropped 6%. And as you can see, the same page, slightly different, but pretty much the same. But now we're adding tiles. You see earnings. If there are dividends, then dividends, fundamental analysis. The difference between crypto and let's say penny stock or any stocks, we add fundamental analysis page and we give that analysis. That's actually a good question you posed. And then you see, we also give a rating, and everything is the same. Like, for instance, if you go to where we were in the, you see, you go here. We don't have it here, special stocks, but the way you do it, we did not separate them stocks to penny stocks because it's better to keep them together. Because if you click here, then it's all stocks. If you click here, that's only penny stocks. And if you click here, then the stocks excluding penny stocks. That's how you search it with all the filters on technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and everything. Also, you can watch the intro or any of my webcasts. Okay, it's a good question. Okay, anything else? Sure. Thank you, guys. Good luck with the studies. And then ask any questions. You have really good customer support, and good luck. I'm stopping this sharing and the presentation. Thank you, guys. Bye.